You're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson, episode 109. Hey there, you're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast. My name is Angela Henderson, and on this show, we talk about improving your business, life, or both by having amazing and rich conversations with brilliant guests who will inspire you and who will give you tips and tricks to help you grow both in life and in business. Well, hey there, and welcome back to another awesome episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Ange, from Angela Henderson Consulting, where I'm an international award-winning business consultant and coach who has helped thousands of amazing women business owners get all the pieces in place to have consistent 5-figure months and then on to 6- and 7-figure years without burning out in the process. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it is a solo episode, just me and you. Short, sweet, super informative, because today I'm going to chat with you about sales. In fact, I'm going to chat with you specifically about how to skyrocket your sales with my 3S framework. You see, I get messaged daily through DMs, emails, PMs, etc. You get it, about businesses struggling with sales. They don't know why they can't get sales, or they feel like they shouldn't be selling often. Like it's a combination of things. It's sticky, it's yucky. But yet again, selling and sales seem to be a common conversation I'm having on a regular basis. These business owners that I'm having these conversations with are feeling super frustrated, deflated, and also overwhelmed because they know if they don't start to get sales, they're going to either have to go back to their 9-to-5 job or even worse, close their business down. But here's the thing. Often these businesses are overthinking things, making things more complicated than what they need to be. A lot of this comes from the stories we tell ourselves, the money blocks we have, not only now, but where these money blocks stem from is in our childhood, our belief systems. Are you nodding your head? Maybe, maybe not. But it's worth you considering what these blocks are. But before I jump into my 3S framework to skyrocket your business, I want to just put a gentle reminder out there for you. I highly recommend you put in place what I'm about to share with you. Why? Because I see it work. I've seen it work not just in my business. I mean, I didn't just have my best month of this particular business in June by throwing spaghetti at a wall. I've seen my clients get results by implementing this. But just because I'm recommending this doesn't mean you have to do it. I say this because I so often see so many people in this, business space who are gurus telling others they must do this, they must do this, you must do this, you must do this. And I'm like, a big go fuck yourself. You do you. You do what feels right for you, what's aligned with your values, you do it with ease. So what I'm about to share with you, I know it gets results. I know it changes people's businesses around. It works. So be open and explore, and then decide what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Because you, at the end of the day, get to choose you. So my 3S framework for skyrocketing your business. S number 1, show up. How are you showing up for your business, either in the online space or offline space? Are you showing up on platforms where your ideal audience is hanging out? Or are you showing up by sending a weekly, fortnightly, or monthly newsletter? Are you showing up on podcasts? Are you creating a podcast? Maybe, maybe not. Now, please know you don't have to do all of these things. Again, you're going to do things that feel right for you. I'm just wanting to give you a variety of different ways on that you or people could be showing up. So in order to skyrocket your sales, you really need to be showing up. And remember, you don't have to do everything, but it's common sense. The more you show up, the more visible you are. The more your business and brand gets out there, the more trust happens with your audience. And guess what? The more conversions start to happen, aka skyrocketing your sales. Now, just like I do with my own consulting clients and mastermind clients, I want you to really think about, how are you showing up in your business? Where are you showing up in your business? What I mean by that is, like, are you spending too much time on one platform and not getting the ROI back, that return on investment? Look at your data. Look at Google Analytics. Look at your numbers. I know for a fact that when my team and I reviewed my numbers, I was spending so much time on Instagram. And though my audience hangs out there, I was getting minimal, and I mean minimal ROI back by putting the amount of time and effort I was into creating the content and the stories. Again, how do I know that? My data. My data told me that. So what did I do to change that? I allocated my time to the other platforms that my ideal client, my audience is sitting on. And guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Skyrocketed my sales. So what I need you to do is really assess where and how you're showing up in your business, and if you're getting the ROI by doing this. But you can't just show up. You have to show up with purpose, with strategy. And that takes me to my second S, which is strategy. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want you to, again, be really honest with yourself. What is your strategy currently to skyrocket your sales? Do you have your business goals mapped out? Do you have your vision mapped out? Do you have your mission mapped out? Do you have your content strategy mapped out? Your marketing strategy? You see, without strategy to skyrocket your sales, you're simply throwing spaghetti at a wall. Another strategy like that I'd like to ask whether or not you have or don't have is, do you have a promotional rhythm strategy in place? This is one of the first things that I like to do with my clients is developing their promotional rhythm, mapping out their quarterly, half-yearly, and yearly promotional rhythm. Now, you might be saying, Ange, what the hell is a promotional rhythm? Thank you for asking. It simply maps out what are you going to be promoting within your business for both e-com and service-based business each and every week. Let me just repeat that. Your promotional rhythm is simply what you are promoting within your business each and every week. In fact, I just mapped out with one of my e-com mastermind clients a promotional rhythm for her 12 Days of Christmas in July sale. Absolutely phenomenal. And guess what? The sales are starting to increase. So what is your promotional rhythm strategy? What is your overall business strategy in order to ensure you can skyrocket your sales? Or do you even have a strategy? Because listen, I'm here to tell you, strategy is key. So let's just recap. Of my 3S framework, the first S is showing up. Where are you showing up? How are you showing up? And are you getting the ROI back? My second S is strategy. Do you have that overall business strategy? Do you have your promotional rhythm mapped out, understanding what products or services you're going to be selling each and every week, each and every day? And my third S. My third S, can you guess what that is? S number 3 is sell. You have to sell in order to be profitable. You have to sell in order to make sure your business is viable. But before we dive deeper into selling, I want to back things up a minute, and I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to be really blatantly honest with yourself. Are you being busy or are you being productive in your business? Take a moment and think about that. Are you being busy or are you being productive? With my one-on-one clients, my mastermind clients, and even my group coaching clients, one of the things that I have them do, and I suggest that they do early on, is to track their time, then to assess the data. And from that data tells us, guess what? That 9 times out of 10, they are not being productive. They are just being busy. They're getting lost in the world of social media, creating pretty templates on Canva. And what else aren't they doing? Selling. The data clearly shows us they are not selling. So if they are not selling, how the hell are they going to skyrocket their sales? They're not. So before we dive deep into the selling, I really want you to ask yourself, are you being busy or are you being productive? Now, selling. Lots of people hate selling, but I want you to think about this. If you were in a 9-to-5 job, you have a position description, you have your KPIs that need to be met. Again, you don't have to meet them, but then you probably don't have a job. Kind of like you don't sell, you don't have a business, people. So our old 9-to-5 jobs, I just want to say, are so much a mirror image of our current business or just business in general. If you don't meet your KPIs at work, you're not going to, you're probably either going to be performance managed or you're not going to get the pay rise at your annual review that you want. So why can we show up in a corporate job and meet our KPIs, but when it comes to selling in our own business, which sort of tell you is a KPI, God forbid we sell, and not just sell, but sell every day. Now, I know some of you are probably having heart failure or want to vomit with the thought of selling. So let me share with you a different way to rethink this. Let's look at selling as serving. How can you serve your audience every single day with something that you're doing, something that is going to make their life better? In many ways, I feel that we and you and I have a duty and a responsibility to serve AK sell every single day. But again, it has to feel right for you. For me personally, I serve AKA sell Monday through Friday, and I take the weekends off. But I want you to think about is when, where, and how often are you selling or serving to your community? I've been testing this myself over the last 6 months, 6 to 8 months really, in tightening my own promotional rhythm. So either promoting my one-to-one services, my mastermind, my group coaching program, etc. And since tightening this, like really tightening my 3S framework and really making sure that I'm selling and serving Monday through Friday, guess what? Again, my best month for this particular business was in June. Again, how? Because I tightened my 3S framework for my business. I showed up. My strategy was tighter in many areas, content, marketing, etc. And I was selling, serving Monday through Friday. Some of you will be like, that's overkill, Ange. I could never sell that frequently. People are going to get sick of me selling. These are all stories and I call bullshit. But I also want to say, just remember on a good day, 5% of our content, if we're lucky on social media, gets seen. 5%. So out of 100 people, only 5 people in your audience are actually going to see the stuff that you do. So as the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. And when you're out of mind, guess what? You're not going to skyrocket your sales, are you? Again, it is our job. It is our responsibility to make people's lives better. We have the product, the services, the course, the ebook that is going to help solve a problem for them. But if you don't want to sell, aka serve, then really don't complain. You're not making any money because that's on you. You have a choice every single day if you're going to show up and serve and sell or if you don't. If you want to skyrocket your sales or if you don't. But if you don't show up, if you don't have a strategy, and if you don't sell, you probably aren't going to be in business for long. And here's the other part. If you show up, but you don't have a strategy, and if you don't sell, then that's not going to make you profitable either. Do you see how my 3S framework is like a puzzle? You need all the pieces, the show up puzzle piece, the strategy puzzle piece, and the sell puzzle piece to complete the puzzle. My 3S framework, show up, strategy, sell. Simple. But, yes, there's that but there. What's the one ingredient that needs to bring all of this framework together? It's one simple word. Again, I don't want to overcomplicate things. Do you know what that word is? Action. The word is action. So, truth bomb coming right up for you. Taking action is the one thing that separates the winners from the non-winners, the have from the have-nots, and the higher achievers from the everyday people. Let that sink in. Taking action is the one thing that separates the winners from the non-winners, the haves from the have-nots, and the high achievers from the everyday people. You see, my 3S framework is going to mean sweet fuck all if you don't take action. And if you don't take action, you potentially are going to continue to see other businesses that are, going to continue to strive, continue to go big, and they're going to continue to skyrocket their sales. And you may look at these other businesses and you may even mumble to yourself, I could have done that better. You may even go on to say I could have done that really, really better than those businesses. And you know what? You probably could have done it better, but you didn't take action. You see, many people don't take action because of fear of failure, fear of success, fear of a million different things. Here's the thing. Successful people realize that failure is an important part of the process. Why? Because failure is where the growth happens, the lessons happen, the magic happens. So today, with my 3S framework, I ask you to make time to work on your business, not in your business, to make time to take action and map out how the 3S framework to skyrocket your sales by looking at how you will show up, how you're going to create your strategies, and how you're going to sell and serve. Because I'm here to tell you, when you do this, you too can skyrocket your business. And for those of you listening that might be like, Ange, enough is enough. I'm not only ready to take action with your 3S framework, but with my business collectively. I'd like to personally invite you to apply for my 5-month Action Takers Mastermind for women who are ready to kick ass in their business. We start August 3rd. There are only 20 women that will be in my mastermind. 12 women I can confirm at time of recording have already committed to take action and make shit happen. leaving only 5 spots left. If you want one of those 5 spots, I strongly encourage you to head to angelahenderson.com.au. Click on the mastermind button, complete the application, and then you and I will personally hop on a call together to chat about your goals, your struggles, and how the Action Takers Mastermind will help to move you forward. I hope this episode has really gotten you thinking about how to skyrocket your sales, to increase your revenue, to take action. Have a fabulous day no matter where you are in the world. Remember to smile, remember to be gentle on yourself, and I look forward to you joining me next week for another amazing episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. Have an awesome day. Thanks for listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson. www.angelahenderson.com.au